Here's a map of a portion of Dallas, Texas, and guess what we're counting here? It's churches that are part of the Southern Baptist Convention. Just in this one part of town, there are 70 SBC churches. The SBC has over 47,000 congregations, which have a combined 3.6 million people in weekly attendance. Compare that to the only 19,495 incorporated cities, villages, and towns in the U.S. So what do these churches believe and teach? Well, they tell you in their statement of faith called the Baptist Faith and Message. This latest edition came out in 2000 and was the culmination of a fight in the SBC for control called the Conservative Resurgence. Yes, the conservatives won, and the SBC is more conservative than it was in the past, when in 1971 their position called for abortion to be legal in cases like the mother's mental health being damaged or severe fetal deformity. The most liberal churches left to form a denomination called Alliance of Baptists in 1987, and another group called Cooperative Baptist Fellowship left in 2002. Today, the SBC affirms the Bible as being without error and has two ordinances, baptism of believers and the Lord's Supper. Baptism is not required for salvation, and the Lord's Supper is viewed as symbolic. The cup normally has grape juice. Most churches have communion between monthly and quarterly. They teach the necessity of being born again or saved by grace through faith alone. The majority of the SBC is not Calvinist, but there is a good-sized minority that are, including many of the influential voices at SBC seminaries. However, the vast majority of SBC-aligned churches affirm once saved, always saved. The SBC is mostly not charismatic, but many churches are not cessationist either. The main end times view of the SBC in the past was pre-tribulation rapture, premillennial, but today there is more variety and churches don't have to believe the same way on this. The SBC does enforce its position of no same-sex marriage and not being affirming of the LGBT movement. If a church does become affirming, the SBC kicks them out. Music and worship style can vary a lot. There are SBC megachurches that have praise bands, and there are also congregations that stick to the hymnal. Many SBC churches teach total abstinence from alcohol. Southern Baptists have their strongest presence in the U.S. South, and so does another group of Baptists with some different beliefs, the Primitive Baptists. Click here for the 2-minute video on Primitive Baptists, or if you want to watch a more in-depth video on the Southern Baptist Convention, click here.